At magsubaka pa tayo, no? Palog. Hindi na nga.
This is the place. El Cerebro is in there, snatch and grab.
Hindi na
You want him
mag-ulag,
alive,
no?
got it?
Maganda to, gabi, tas umuulan.
Second target, right there.
I can't see squat. My drone's being jammed.
Oo nga eh. May LAB ba? Oo nga no.
That's
May
one down.
LAB oh. Dapat patayin muna natin itong dalawa eh.
Rattled somebody's cage. They're gonna make you back up. Looks like we've riled them up. They've seen us. All right, I'll drive.
LAB naman natin to, di ba? Hindi tayo binabalik, no? Ang bagal naman ito. Ako bahala dyan. Tama down.
Jesus!
nga no. Ay, bababa na ako. Parang hindi ko maputukan. Baka maputukan ko.
Man down, man down.
Sana ka, sana ka. Oh, panagit naman. Tango down. Moving. Ay, may mga rebel na. Mga feeling Navy seal.
Son of a bitch.
Ay na, binaril ng rebel, no?
We're good. You all in one piece?
Ito na, ito na.
Gotcha.
My apologies. I think you can see why I might allow
Kuha ko
myself
na,
to be
kuha ko na.
excited though. This is a disturbing development. Disturbing development.
Don't blame you at all.
I mean, you don't look like the sort who would work for Santa Blanca, which means you're likely with the American government.
Iluuntog ko to.
Which implies I'm in for an extended
gago.
disruption of my plans.
You'll adjust.
I don't have to adjust. I plotted all this out already. Weeks ago, in fact. Maybe months. I just need to activate contingency plan Alpha Set 984.
Which is?
Going along with whatever you fine people want me to do, of course. At least for now. It maximizes my chances of survival while I figure out which one of my escape plans might still be viable.
I think we're gonna get along just fine.
Lydia will come looking for me, you know? You know? She always keeps tabs on me, even when she thinks she's ignoring me. I really ought to go back, or she'll worry. I could fire myself out of the back hatch.
I'd prefer you didn't.
But I've almost cracked this. You know how cold it is underwater? The issue of chemical binding? Not an issue. It ought to be easy to find monoethanolamine in Bolivia, right? It's just an issue of
Yeah.
scale. Can I call Nidia Flores? She's probably busy, but she won't mind. She knows me. We're close. What am I talking? In scrubbing? No. I mean, scrubbing needs 2 compartments. Wouldn't leave room for any people.
That's so.
I want suspects for a Colombian submersible that just had a breathing tube sticking out of the surface of the water. Imagine the heat signature. It's probably best I don't call Nidia till I have a real solution. Did I mention I know her? Do you know her?
Haven't yet had the pleasure.
Wait a minute. Unmanned submersible. What's the solution? Why do we even bother putting people in the sub?
No idea, pal.
Okay.
Let's see those hands, asshole.
Nakatutok eh, no? Ay, rapin ba natin yan? Ayun na, ayun na.
Man, Nidia will be looking for me.
Good, because we're looking for her.
They say you've got a good brain between those ears, camarada. Now that you're up Schitt's Creek without a submersible, you may have figured out that you need me to help you, and I will, once you help me.
Forgive me for asking, but what do you think this is? Compelling? Dramatic? The rocks here have been around for centuries, long before you were a gamete in your father's testicle. And they'll be around long after you've gone back to the dust. Do you understand? These rocks have more significance in the universe than you do. And your high and your hypocritical war on rocks. Are you taking me to Nidia, or are we waiting for her?
Do you not understand that I will lock you up in prison, where tattooed neo-Nazis will use you as a human pincushion for their dicks?
The problem is that you still think that anything matters. Anal rape, cocaine, murder. It's all nonsense. Do you think the jaguars waste any concern on how they feel? Or that the rabbits they eat contemplate the name of God? Meanwhile, you're still lying to yourself, convincing yourself that you make a difference.
So nothing matters to you, El Cerebro.
El Cerebro? I am not El Cerebro. El Cerebro slipped through your fingers before you even knew he was there. He is quite simply gone, as though he never existed.
What do you mean we got the wrong guy? Okay,
Looks
we're
like
cool.
El Cerebro planted most of the intel we followed. He led us on a wild goose chase while he bugged out.
Then who the fuck is Bowman talking to?
El Cerebro's top submersible designer. The sacrificial lamb, basically.
Damn, that's some next level supervillain shit right there.
Either way, we put the cartel's submarine fleet out of business. Could take years to get that program running again.
And El Cerebro?
The trail's cold for now. Bowman will keep her ear to the ground in case he resurfaces, but we're moving on.
Yan yung sa Rainbow Six, di ba? Pag naka-ano ka, nakahiga ka. Tapos, lean right, lean left, lean right, lean left.
Deploying drone.
Should have a PSYOP unit down here, don't you think? Or MISO, or whatever they're called now.
Shit, there might be one here already for all we know. Bowman plays her cards close to the chest.
You don't think Bowman's got other operators out here?
You think the activity's just a bunch of chair-borne rangers? They might not be throwing lead, but somebody else is out here.
Yun lang.
I'll pilot.
Ako pa eh. Fast travel na lang yan. Natira yun, no? Parang gusto niya pa rin pa.
Target marked. Keep an eye on your background.
So there's this Army Ranger on leave out in my neck of the woods, and he decided he wanted to get himself a pair of alligator boots. But you know, we're talking a Ranger here. He wasn't going to go to no shoe store. No, he gets himself a knife and heads out to the bayou to get him a gator and make some boots for himself. So he gets off the highway and heads back into the country and finds a little old bait shop near the edge of the swamp. He asks the man where he can find himself a gator, and the man gives him directions into the bayou.
This doesn't end with banjo music, does it?
Just let me tell the story, okay? Anyway, the guy at the bait shop says, "Look here, while you're out there, keep an eye out for these 2 Marines I sent in a couple days ago. They were after gator boots too, and they should have been back by now." Ranger says, he'll keep an eye out for him. Over. Watches a gator swim up to the Marines. This jarhead jumps on the gator and kills it with his knife, drags it up on the shore, flips it over, and looks at the gator's feet. They said, "Damn it! This one ain't got on no boots either."
Ito na ako. Tara. May motor pa ba dito?
Let's roll.
Pwede ba sumakit dyan? Wala na eh. Sakay ng traktora. Tutulak kita. Tutulak kita, wait. Extreme sport. Motor ko parang umuusok na. Hindi kaya.
There's an Air Force colonel and a Delta operator sitting next to each other on a flight out of King Khalid.
Is this the one where the Delta operator skins the Air Force colonel and wears him like a suit?
What? No, different story.
Oh, man, I love that one.
Anyway, they're both headed back home after a long deployment. The Delta guy's been out in the desert doing, Delta stuff, and he just wants to rack out for a while. But the Air Force colonel, he's on, like, his 8th espresso and he's feeling chat. So the colonel says, hey, you want to play a game to pass the time? It's a great game, you'll love it. Here's how it works. I ask you a question. If you can't answer it, you pay me $5. Then you get to ask me a question. If I can't answer it, I pay you $500. The Delta guy sighs and thinks it over. Go ahead, he says. The colonel grins, What's the distance between Earth and Neptune, he says. The Delta operator thinks a minute. Finally, he frowns, reaches into his pocket, and hands over $5. The Air Force guy, he grins. He figures he's going to take this Delta guy for all he's worth. Your turn. The operator looks him in the eye. He says, what goes up a hill on 4 legs but comes down again on 3? Then he lowers his head and he goes back to sleep. The colonel thinks and thinks. He gets out his smartphone and scours the internet for answers, but he can't find it. He calls up his buddies back in Saudi and asks them for help, but they can't find the answer either. Finally, the colonel admits defeat, pulls out $500, wakes up the Delta guy, and hands the money over. The operator pockets the money without a word and closes his eyes again. But the colonel just can't let it go. He wakes the Delta guy up. He says, I gotta know. What goes up a hill on 4 legs but comes down again on 3? The Delta guy stares at the colonel for a second. Then he reaches in his pocket, hands the colonel $5, and goes back to sleep.
Estamos siendo atacados por fuerzas rebeldes. Cantidad de atacantes desconocida. A todas las unidades. Vuelvan a atacar.
Damn. Looks like Unidad's running ops in the area.
God damn.
We'll leave a marker so the rebels can pick up these supplies
Well, this
later.
thing's got plenty of gas.
Didn't expect a dam this big out here.
Yeah, the locals use it for irrigation. Seems like overkill.
I reckon somebody was optimistic about agriculture in Bolivia.
Pwede naman ito ma-auto-revive, di ba? Ma-auto-revive ako, hindi. Tangina, tao ka, rebel.
Ah, shit, we've been spotted.
Patay siya eh.
Good shooting. Let's clean up and move on.
Tara, tara. Layo na. Dinaanan lang. Ano, dinaanan lang siya, no? Nire-red. Teka, dapat ito pwede bumaril. Hindi pwede bumaril, parang di red eh. Kahit handgun lang eh. Tumigil na, tumigil na.
He's down.
Chopper, baril natin.
Escort car's been destroyed.
Habog na.
Talk, motherfucker.
That convoy.
Tara, tara.
Good work. I'll ping the rebels and let them know where they can pick up their meds.
May
Spotted
mission
the
din sa
cartel
tabi
network
natin, no?
station. Let's go fuck with their fun. Just need to blow the door and deactivate it.
Ayos to. Ito yung lalagyan mo ng C4, di ba? Ayan.
Demo's primed. Hey, I found a Santa Blanca medal. This will make a nice
Hindi pa.
souvenir. Demo's primed and in place.
Lagyan din natin yan.
I got the C4 primed.
Game. 3, 2, 1. Ay, gago sinagot sa ano. Ang bilis eh.
Hello.
Ang garan.
Kasali. Oo, join na din ako dyan. Dyan, Eddie, natapos mo yung kay El Sueño. Nakita ko yung achievement mo eh.
Oo. Napatay ko na.
Nakuha mo na yung Silencio.
Sabay ang utak.
Nicely done. The less cartel stations on the air, the rebels will be able to move into the area.
Sabay ko ayos.
Sino ba nag-Ghost Recon dito? Sino nag-Ghost Recon? Lahat kayo?
Oo.
Yun, apat na tayo. Ano level mo na, Blitz? Meron na palang Samsung Galaxy S8 ah. Yung Samsung na pala, S8.
Oo nga, na-release na eh. Teka, save ko